A life-changing incident that left a former UMHB football player paralyzed has now turned into a success story. As Olivia Leveda reports, for those close to Edwin Munoz, his perseverance comes as no surprise.
Day one, brushing my teeth, and I apologize to the future of everybody for this facial hair.
Edwin Munoz's life has always been about being active. He even played football at the University of Mary Hardin-Baylor. From 2010 to 2013, he was the team's kicker.
The program is all about guys giving a great deal of effort and sacrifice, and certainly he is one of those guys that just gave us so much.
He was a great player. I mean, he was a special teams kicker, and he worked hard every day to improve his skills and what he was doing.
That was my full-time job in undergrad, so it took up the entire time of when I was in undergrad. A lot of traveling, a lot of hard work went into the 4 conference championships that we won.
As an exercise physiologist and personal trainer with a heart for taking care of others, Munoz's life seemed to be going in the right direction.
I was a strength conditioning coach at Opposed Gravity Performance. So I arranged my clientele was, college, high school athletes, ranging from college to high school athletes to just general population, people trying to stay fit.
And when he wasn't working, one of his favorite things to do has always been to visit Belton Lake.
We went to the lake like we've done a million times.
It was here, on this very dock, in September of 2018, that Munoz's life took a dramatic turn.
We went out swimming at a local park, Arrowhead Park, where we had been going for years, and the water was low. When I dove in and hit my head on a rock.
When I pulled him up, he was breathing, but he wasn't, you can immediately tell, he's unresponsive, and I knew something was wrong.
Munoz had fractured his cervical spine.
I was paralyzed from the chest down.
So I didn't actually get to see him until he had just gotten out of surgery. And when you get out of surgery, he had the breathing tube down his throat, and he was totally unconscious, and his tongue was hanging out because of the breathing tube, So it was traumatic seeing him that way.
It was devastating. You worry about your friend. It's tough. It's tough on everybody, but mostly it's tough on Edwin. You wonder how he's going to react and how he's going to handle it, and a million things cross your mind.
Well, basically, he had a second stabilizing surgery. When he initially came in, he had a decompression of his spinal cord, and that was done in Temple. He came up here to the rehabilitation unit, and then after he was mobilized, it became apparent that he needed some additional surgery from behind, where we put screws and rods and additional bone graft in.
After spending several months hospitalized, recovery is now what Munoz's life is all about.
So you wake up, you have breakfast, and it's like a job. So therapy starts as soon as you wake up, the process of getting dressed, even eating, brushing your teeth. It's all, I consider it therapy just because it's all functional movements from the time you wake up till you go to bed. But we do have physical therapy and occupational therapy every day.
And Munoz is already making progress.
I've been able to increase movement in my legs, as well as hand functioning as well.
When he came in, he had what's termed a complete spinal cord injury, so he had no function below the level of his injury. And he actually improved to the point that he had some function, or an incomplete spinal cord injury where he had some function.
He's made incredible gains, really, since I started seeing him. New things are moving, his balance is improving, his transfers are improving, just his abilities as a new quadriplegic.
Science-wise and medically, he shouldn't, but he's been able to move his leg. When I say move his leg, he's not karate chopping or anything like that. He moves his leg a couple inches, but a couple inches is a couple inches.
His loved ones have faith that an unfortunate incident will eventually turn into a success story.
We're hoping little movements can turn into big movements one day.
He is, he's a resilient guy. He's tearing it up. He was resilient before, but I don't think there's a bigger test than what he's going through now.
So he's so passionate about whatever goal he's trying to reach. He's ambitious. So I feel like with that mindset that he can make progress and maybe be able to walk once once again.
He has incredible perseverance, and the thing that I think that's really exciting for me is to watch, you know, people can really get so depressed, but his personality has stayed consistent through it all.
And Munoz is confident he will get back on his feet.
I don't doubt for 1 minute that I will walk again. For 1 minute. I don't never doubt it. But I know it's going to be a lot of hard work, which I'm not afraid of. I take it as a challenge, and I'm ready for it. It's my new job.
In Temple, Olivia Leveda, Central Texas News Now.
Munoz spent about 3 months recovering in the hospital, and he continues to make improvements. His loved ones have started a GoFundMe to continue to pay for his medical bills. More information on that can be found on our KXXV mobile app.